You wake up, grab a cup of coffee, and instantly the instructions begin. An anchor on television lectures you how you ought to think. Algorithms on your smartphone serve up influencers telling you how to spend your money and raise your children. This is the monolith illusion, the belief that the United States is one giant uniform machine where every rule and standard must come straight from the top in Washington, D.C. Before we break down the specific mechanisms keeping you stuck in this loop, subscribe to the channel and watch this entire video. Your independence depends on understanding what comes next. This relentless stream of top-down noise leaves regular, hard-working people feeling isolated and powerless. Over time, it conditions us to act as passive consumers of security, trading personal grit for a lifetime of compliance. Consider John, a small business owner who works 60 hours a week. Over the last few years, a wave of state-level mandates and executive restrictions from high-profile leaders has suffocated his shop. These weren't rules debated by his neighbors. They were handed down by unelected bureaucrats in distant agencies who have never seen his storefront. Then there is Sarah, a mother who feels her parental authority is being stripped away by changing school curriculums. Instead of auditing her local school board, Sarah spends her nights watching tribal red team versus blue team cable news, wishing a president or a federal judge would swoop in and save her community with a single order. John is being broken by centralized overreach, and Sarah has been trained to ask for more of it. Both have been moved away from their local foundations by a system designed to breed dependency. This loss of autonomy is the result of a comfort trap. By offering government handouts and digital distractions, the system trains us to believe that self-reliance is too risky. This compliance loop stays in place by utilizing three specific narrative traps. The victimhood frame whispers that you are helpless against systemic limitations. It trains you to sit back and wait for a regulatory rescue, rather than taking ownership of your own environment. The factional binary locks your household into an emotional sports team war. It makes you view your own neighbors as enemies, which prevents clear, critical thinking about local solutions. Finally, the crisis loop bombards you with manufactured emergencies. It demands that you trade your personal liberty for a temporary feeling of safety, over and over again. When a household operates within these frames, they stop exercising the rights guaranteed by the Constitution. This creates a state of dependency on the same massive corporate and governmental systems that profit from that very anxiety and division. In 1787, 55 men gathered in a sweltering room in Philadelphia. These farmers, merchants, and lawyers had just fought a war against a centralized empire. They had no desire to replace a king across the ocean with a new one down the street, and they fiercely mistrusted one another. They understood that trying to run a diverse continent with a single remote control would break the system. Forcing one law on people with different cultures and trades wouldn't create unity, it would create a pressure cooker. Their solution was federalism, a structural shield built to handle disagreement. Under this plan, the national government wasn't the boss of the states, it was a partner with a very specific, very short list of chores. Madison wrote in Federalist 45 that the powers granted to the federal government were few and defined, while the powers left to the states were numerous and indefinite. This left education, local law, and daily family life entirely to the states and neighborhoods. This setup turned the states into laboratories of democracy. If one state passed oppressive laws, citizens could move their families and businesses to a neighbor state that respected their liberty. This constant competition forced local politicians to stay accountable to the people living right in their communities. Reclaiming this firewall requires a shift from passive consumption to local action. You have to stop looking at the television for permission to manage your own life. First, practice radical self-reliance. Stop depending on giant infrastructures to fund and protect your household. Build an independent economic engine and focus on production over consumption to secure your family's stability on your own terms. Second, shift your focus to your own zip code. Turn off the national media circus and show up at your local school boards and city councils. Become an active watchdog of the budgets and records where your voice actually carries leverage. Third, master deep civic literacy. Don't let a corporate journalist interpret your rights for you. Read the original words of the Constitution and the Federalist Papers yourself. and train your children to analyze modern laws through that original intent. Following these steps transitions a household from a state of dependency to one of autonomy. It moves the center of influence back where it belongs, to the American kitchen table. Navigating the red tape and busy schedules of modern life makes this journey difficult to start alone. To help, the School of Patriots has developed the Sovereign Action Playbook. This guide provides the tracking worksheets, media logs, and local audit frameworks you need to build an intellectual shield around your home. Click the link in the description to request your free copy of the playbook. Join our community of independent watchdogs and start reclaiming your sovereign status today.
Want to know more? Get your copy of Jeanette Larson's new book, Unapologetically Sovereign, by clicking on the link below this video.